So, as someone who was born and raised in Montana, what kind of changes have you seen over your lifetime?
Well, we have, for sure, we have shorter winters. We know that the snow arrives later. We know that the snow is melting sooner. It used to be all through the summer, many of our mountains that were above 9,000 feet, the snow would remain along them. And so it was just beautiful. It would be green in the prairie, and then it would rise up to the blue trees, and then it would be white capped at the top. Now most of those same mountains no longer retain their snow all the way until the next August comes with the rest of the snow. It means that there is less water flowing at the high reaches, which means our streams are running at a little warmer temperature because we no longer have the opportunity of the cooling effect of these snow banks. And of course, Glacier National Park, even in my lifetime, a large part of the glaciers have disappeared and the glaciers are becoming smaller and smaller. And when you consider my lifetime, which is only half 100 years, in geologic time, that's a very rapid change, and a rapid change that we can see with our own eyes.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, they're saying by mid-century we could see all of that disappear. You know, and obviously you're a fly fisherman and you love the outdoors. There's been a lot of discussion about how climate change could impact trout fishing. How do you see that potentially playing out in Montana?
It's already playing out. In Montana, in each of the last 5 years, on some of the stretches of our rivers, we've had to stop fishing during the day. Some places we closed the fishery completely because the temperature of the water becomes so warm that it would be lethal to the trout if you caught them and released them because they're already under so much stress. We're a strange bunch, those of us who are fly fishermen. We catch them to release them.
I've always wondered about that.
Yeah, we'll spend a lot of money, we'll work real hard to catch a few fish, and then we'll admire their beauty, and then we'll turn them back.
It's a beautiful thing. And as governor, you're working on adaptation strategies as well as mitigation strategies. What are some of your favorite mitigation strategies for clean energy?
Well, the most important thing we can do is to use less energy. As I've said before, the most important barrel of oil is the one we don't use. And so that's why in Montana we have 20 by 10, which is very aggressive. The state of Montana and all of our functions, including our universities, will decrease our energy consumption 20% by 2010. We're also moving rapidly towards the most aggressive CAFE standards in America, 32 miles per gallon in the average fleet of all of the cars that the state of Montana is driving. And we're challenging private industry in Montana to match us. So if we're going to decrease our carbon footprint, if we're going to decrease our dependence on foreign oil, the most important thing we can do is to use less energy. In fact, it might be the only thing that you can do today. Each individual can participate in this change. So get started. Start today.
Okay, what's a tip that you would give to someone who came up and asked you, what's one thing that I could do?
Well, start with you can weatherize your home. You can have an inventory. You can have somebody come in and they'll measure where you're getting leakage around your windows or your doors. Or you can just use some common sense. On a cold day, you can go and stand beside a place, your windows, your doors, and other places, and see where that cold is coming in. So you use some weather stripping. Many cases, all you have to do is change the filter in your heating system in your house, and you can increase efficiency by as much as 10 or 15%. Naturally, you can change the temperature at which you live. Do we need our homes to be heated to 76 degrees or 78 degrees, or would you be just as comfortable if you wore a sweater and we're living at 68 degrees? Do we need to have homes that are 10,000 square feet? Can't most people live in a very comfortable manner on 3, 4, 5,000 square feet? I think so. And so those who have the most resources in this country have been demonstrating how they spend their money by building bigger and bigger houses and spending more and more on energy. Look, what I'd like to do is make conservation cool, make green cool, so that when you go to cocktail parties across this country, no matter how rich you are, the conversation comes up, how much did you decrease your energy consumption last month and the year before? That'd be kind of cool, as opposed to how big is my house and how big a jet do I fly?
Governor, thank you so much for your time.